Hello and welcome to round one of the mini JCW Custom Championship here in Automobilista 2. We are at Brands Hatch. We started on pole position and we are about to take the green flag and head on into turn number one. So we take off here. We don't really get a great start. I won't lie, I'm not great in front wheel drive cars to begin with, certainly getting off the line here. And we do get swamped a little bit. Drop down to P4 as we head on in here and try and sneak upside the third place blue number 6 car, and he does a great job hanging it on the outside here, heading down into the left-hander. And so we kind of tuck in, get ourselves good run off the corner and try and cut back and see if we can sneak up the inside here as we head onto the backside of the course, and we are lucky enough to do so. So we're doing good. Back up to P3. Real quick, practice was in the rain. Like I said in the preview, we have random weather on for each session. So we had rain in the practice session, which went fairly well, wasn't too bad on the default setup. And then in qualifying we had dry conditions, similar here in the race. So as we're flying through the backside of the course here, we are trying to lock in on the top two and kind of line them up, see where they're good, where they're not, and not get too aggressive here. While 15-minute sprint race is short, don't want to get too aggressive or too desperate on the first lap here. Come on down into the last corner. Was usually pretty good at carrying speed through here, so I was hoping to see if we can maybe roll that and make a run as we get down to turn one. Just trying to feel his mirrors a little bit as we slide back and forth in front of him, but to no avail just yet. And head on back up to Druids here. Actually lose a little bit of ground through there. Brings the 6 car back into play. It was really good through this left-hander here, really the whole race. I was able to make up a ton of time, give myself some breathing space to the cars behind me, which led to a lot of passing opportunities here into this corner. We get up the inside, so they kind of didn't get down to the apex there, but good straight line speed, power down from the P2 car there, and we were not able to make a move. No real move going on here. I was kind of just looking. Wanted to see if maybe I couldn't get him to run wide or anything like that. That didn't happen, so we tucked back in and follow on through here. To be honest, though, this was some really, really great racing, really close racing. Definitely from the in-car, it was tight. You had to be very cautious. Had to be smart on your braking points as well, too. Really looking to try and maximize corners, get good runs out of corners, and see if you couldn't carry it down into the next braking zone. But you also had to defend a little bit. Like I said, the blue 6 car here in P4 was really kind of keeping up with us too, so it was very much about watching the mirrors as much as it was about looking ahead and trying to snag spots on these two in front. We're sitting in a podium position, so not really going to complain about that a whole heck of a lot. For round one, you hate giving up the pole, that's for sure, but at the same time, you're looking to just kind of, get through that first race, get some decent points, and go from there. So, the 6 car is all over our tail. Like I said, it was kind of about covering him off. He tries a nice over-under move there, but again, this corner has been a positive for me the whole time. And then we shove it down the inside of P2. And we're much farther along this time as we get to the apex and able to pick up the throttle and able to grab the spot on him, so that was good. Then we just make sure to cover him off so that he can't get back to our inside and do the crossover on us. And now our focus is on to P1. So slowly getting back up there, again, no rush. Got a good run here, but it's not really braking, or I should say a passing opportunity. He kind of covered it off as well too, so no real reason to force it. Just kind of tuck back inside, get a good run for somewhere else. Right here I get the left rear onto the grass. Oh, so silly on my part. Just being lazy, got it on the outside. and because of that, we end up losing P2 to the number 6 car there, unfortunately. Like I said, just lazy, drifted out a little bit too wide there, and got the tire on in the brake zone, and that was the end of that. So now we got to try and regroup, and even though we just got ourselves into P2, got to start all over again and try and get ourselves back into that spot. Turn 1, very, very careful in these cars. You try not to grab your downshifts too fast or anything like that, or the back end will snap on you. So just about timing your downshifts through there, a little blip on the throttle, and that usually helped the car out quite a bit there. So down to our favorite corner. The key really was not about taking your brake zones too deep. Really, really focusing on momentum. And here we get right into our passing corner. We were loving that corner there for passes. And we're back up into P2. So hopefully we can keep it here, no more mistakes on our part, and try and hunt down P1 here and get ourselves a win. Same thing here, get a good run. He kind of covers it off, so we tuck back in. The 6 and the 71 car behind us are having a whale of a battle here. Like I said, this race was really, really awesome, and I hope that it is a precursor to what the whole season can be, and not necessarily just be track specific. Right there, oh, I wasn't paying attention, and yeah, the 71 car got on the inside of us there. Gave us a little shove because didn't see him, so I came down to the apex. And yeah, that was just kind of dumb on my part. So unfortunately, we fell back here. I think we're about P8 to P10, somewhere in there. So now we got to really regroup and try and get ourselves back up there. I believe we're about halfway through the race, and so we've got time. Got to get a little aggressive. Got a really good run here, and then we just shove it up the inside on this guy, and able to get it to stick. He gave room to kind of, and then power off the corner. So what I was saying too, going back, is the race was really, really good. The racing was really good, very close racing, and I hope that you know, with the skill level being at 100 and the aggression being at high, that we can kind of have that for the whole season. Got a little deep there, got the rear end lost. But and I hope so. Again, I hope it wasn't really just round one, and I hope it was kind of continues on here, because this was really, really enjoyable race. Certainly from the closeness perspective, but also trying to get back up through the field here. We're going to have our work cut out for us a little bit. Brands isn't obviously an easy track to pass on, so you got to kind of time everything out, be smart, and also be creative in certain spots to be able to try and get your pass done. So right here, we're just looking, but not really going to make a move. Just trying to line them up here, get a good run. And again, see if there's maybe a potential to get a run down the last corner, but really that wasn't there the whole race. The AI was pretty good. Really good straight line speed. I don't know if I was carrying too much downforce or something. I really don't know if that plays that big of a role in these cars or not, but AI had better straight line speed than I did, so. Again, good run through turn one. That was another corner we did really well with, and again, we shove it down the inside. Get her woed up so we don't hit the 30 car there, and grab ourselves another spot as we try and march our way back up. We're looking, obviously, at this point, I didn't really know what to expect, so I was hoping to get back in the top 5. Probably was going to be pretty content with that. Considering, you know, my mistake. It wasn't really the AI's fault for hitting me there. That was mine for turning it out. And so, yeah, in this recovery process, it was just about getting back to the top 5, getting a decent result from it, and then moving on to the next race. Obviously, you try and get more than, you know, that, but to be realistic, I figured that was probably all we were going to get to. And so yeah, we're just trying to run down the 38 car here, get ourselves another spot. Like as you can see, we got a pretty good gaggle of cars, and it's kind of like one of those where, you know, if somebody makes a mistake, maybe you can pounce on a couple cars at once. But again, you don't, since they are so tightly packed, you don't really want to do anything too aggressive and make it worse for yourself than what you're trying to accomplish here. So just trying to see how all this shakes out. If we get in, half of these 4 cars, that's pretty good spot. I think the leaders were kind of long gone up ahead. So again, turn 1, trying to get a good run here. This has been a good corner for us the whole time. Able to pick up the throttle before everybody else. So we never really had to worry about anybody, trying to get up our inside. We try and hang it around the outside, but we weren't far enough along getting in there. 38 car does a good job of getting back to power. So we get back to our good corner here, line ourselves up, and see if we can cross over here. We got a really good run. We did it perfectly. And because of the traffic in front, was able to time that up just right and sneak up the inside of the 38 car there. So good run there, grab another one. And now we're trying to work on our next car, this white and orange one, and see, again, similarly, if we can't do the sim move, we try and use the cars that they're racing in front of them to kind of slow them up a little bit here and see if we can't, pick our way through that way and use traffic a bit, even though you are racing them for positions. Again, didn't really do myself any favors there looking on the inside. Probably should have tucked back in and tried to get a better run. But this is awesome. Like I said, this is really, really good racing. Look at all these cars here. You've got first through 8th all in the same shot, which is really, really cool and really a good predictor of these cars. Made a mistake. They made a mistake. They made a mistake. They was able to pounce on that and get ourselves another spot there on the number 10 car up his inside. So we're back up to P5 here. So this is where I was kind of thinking, like, okay, yeah, this is probably good for us. Like, don't get too crazy. But we ended up getting a really good run out of our corner again. And was able to get up inside P4 and have it done basically before we almost got to the brake zone. And that was perfect, because then I was thinking, man, if I can keep doing that, that's my corner right there. If we can get in a good spot, get a good run on the 6 car, maybe we could get, P3. I didn't think the win was on the cards, so we're kind of running out of time and laps here, but right there, the 10 car, looked on the inside there, and I had to be really cautious, so I had to hang it out a groove and a half just to make sure I didn't get run over. Same thing there. The 32 car is really getting kind of close for comfort on my end. And obviously with the contact earlier, I was doing a much better job of checking my mirrors to make sure that I wasn't turning down and leaving the apexes open for the AI, but kind of covered it off here because they had a good run. So made him go to the outside and get myself lined up here. Took it in a little deep, but we're trying to get a good run here. On the 6 car. And we're not really actually, oh man, yeah, you can see right there, like the straight line speed just wasn't there for me. Like, I was losing out so much for these types of cars. Oh, this is so good though. This is so tight. Oh, I really enjoyed this. I wish I had the video from the in-car, because the in-car was really good. Here we go, got a good run. 6 car, really slow through there. I actually had to really jam on the brakes and lost the back end a little bit. Got a good run. Got it done again before the brake zone. And here we go, setting sail, see if we can't get a good run, head off after P2. But we're back up on the podium, which I'm very happy with at this point. Some good racing, able to take advantage of some mistakes, but more importantly being really consistent, really clean on my laps. And trying to get back up as fast as I can. Like I said, you have to measure yourself when you make a mistake and you're trying to get back through the field. How much aggression you really need to have. Kind of feel the race out, feel the track out, where your confidence level is, how much time's left in the race, all that good stuff. So it's a really imbalance of what you're going to do and what your expectations are. First and second kind of crash there. Oh, it's really tight between 4th and 5th, right on each other's bumper, on mine including. And so we head on down to the last corner. Try for a move on the outside here. Tried to cut back under here, but 6 car almost got me. And I believe this is the finish of the race. Or we have one more to go. Yeah, no, we might have one more to go here. But again, we try hanging around the outside here because we're going to give it, what the hey, let's see what we can do. But it was just too far back when we tried to move, and wasn't going to work out for us. But 6 cars really hanging in our mirrors. But again, our best corner, so as long as we get through there cleanly, we shouldn't have to worry about any pressure from behind as we head on down to our prime passing spot. Tried to get up the inside of P2 here, but he gets a decent run off the corner. Didn't really cut him off enough. Left him plenty of room. And then I get out on the grass, which is kind of silly. He gets up the inside here, and then now we're just trying to hope that the blue car doesn't follow through. Kind of cut him off. Even on the end of the race, that's not really a passing opportunity there, though we had a good run. And so at this point, you're just kind of like, it's not really worth it. Again, P3, pretty happy with that. I mean, you hate losing a pole again, as I said before, but P3 is still pretty good in the opening round of the championship. And so we head on here through the second to last corner, try and get a good run, see if we can either set him up or over under him. Again, wasn't really ideal. Knew it was going to be tough because of the straight line speed disadvantage that I, for whatever reason, had. We got a really good run, though. I timed it up perfectly. And here we come as a pack and finish out the race. And yeah, so P3 to finish out round 1 here at Brands Hatch, which was really a fantastic result for me. I was really happy with it. Like I said, as you can see, the racing was very close, which was really entertaining from inside the cockpit and hopefully from the trackside view as well too. So I really hope that it stays the same for the whole season. I really hope it does. We're going to find out here as we head on to round 2 at Donington. And yeah, so we ended up P3 in the championship, got ourselves 15 points, and we are going to see if we can keep this momentum going, get ourselves another good result in round 2. So I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time to watch the video. Let me know what you think about the championships and AMS2, if you've done any championships, what you think of them. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching, and we will see you all soon. Take care, everybody.